playing rock guitar. How you doing? Thanks so much for making it out. I'm Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video lesson, we're going to talk about how to improve your picking technique.
Audio Jungle.
I love it when you put some delay on a guitar, you know, it just gives it this really cool ambient sound, especially when you play like lead guitar, you know. Make it sound like it's in outer space or something, you know what I mean? Alright, okay, so we're going to talk about improving your picking technique. And if you are concerned about adding a delay pedal to your sound, I'll leave a link down below the video here so you can check that out, you know. Yeah, it's always a fun pedal to add to your sound, you know. You can do some really cool stuff with that, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about how to improve your picking technique, okay? Now, improving your picking technique is one of the essential things to know when you're playing guitar, okay? It can make a really big difference if you're playing rhythm or playing lead. It doesn't really matter if you're playing acoustic guitar or electric guitar. You know, your picking attack can really make a big difference on your playing, okay? So you want to make sure to pay attention to that. You know, a lot of times people pay attention to this hand. You watch people playing, you know, on video and stuff, they're watching this hand, but they're not watching this one. And this one is what really makes the magic happen. It's kind of like a magician, you know. You're watching him do stuff with this hand, but in the back, this hand's doing the magic. So always pay attention to that. Pay attention to your picking hand, okay? So let's take a look at 3 things that we can do to improve our picking technique, okay? These 3 simple steps that we can take, okay? Step number 1, practice alternate picking, okay? Alternate picking is very important. So when so first of all, we start with down picking, you know. Then what you want to do is try alternate picking, where you're picking one note down, next note up, down, up, down, up. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and so forth, okay? That can really make a big difference in your playing right there. It'll help you to build up some dexterity and some speed and a little bit more fluent in your picking, okay? So that's very important, okay? And you want to practice this slowly at first. Focus on getting good tone. You know, I would practice like on a clean channel. And really make sure, listen to your notes. Make sure they sound nice and clean and all that stuff, okay? That's really, really important, okay? Don't worry about speed. Speed will come. But just work on, you know, real slow. Listen to your sound. Listen to the way it sounds. And go from there, and eventually it'll speed up, okay? That's what I used to do. Just start off real slow and eventually it's sped up, okay? Number 2, practice in front of a mirror. That's a really good thing to do because you can see what you're doing, okay? Or practice, you know, in front of a mirror, you can really tell what your hand is doing, your picking hand, how you're holding the pick. You know, if you notice like me, I'm kind of got my hand laying across the strings. I'm really close to the fretboard, really close to the strings. My hand's not way out here, you know, it's like right here, okay? So think about that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that you want to think about. And if you practice in front of a mirror, that really helps a lot. I remember I used to do some of that stuff so I could see what I was doing and oh, that isn't right, and I can make corrections, okay? So that's a great thing to do, okay? Because a lot of times when certain things begin, the mirror will allow us to see things from a different point of view. That's the whole purpose of the mirror, is it lets us see things from a different point of view, and sometimes we see things that we didn't see and allows us to correct some of our mistakes, okay? All right, and then step number 3, practice strumming, okay? Practice strumming. Strum down, you know? Let me see, let me turn off the clean channel here. Take off the delay. Love that delay, it's some cool stuff. You get some really neat stuff with that. But yeah, practice your strumming, strum down. Make sure you get a nice clean tone, you know? And then practice strumming up, down, and up, down, up, down, up. Like 8th notes. So quarter notes would be down, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th notes would be down at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplets would be like a 1E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 2E and 3E and 4E. Okay? And and then you have your 16th notes would be like a 1 E and 1 E and 1 E and 4 notes. Because that's going to really help you to create the rhythm, okay? This hand, your fretboard hand holds the chords, but it's your picking hand that produces the rhythm, the timing, okay? And those, if you really practice on those 4 things right there, the quarter notes, 8th notes, the triplets, and the 16ths, you know, 1, 1 and, 1 E and, 1 E and okay? I used to do that when I was playing the drums. And then you just do like a combination of those, and you'd be amazed how many really cool, interesting rhythms you come up with, okay? So work on that. That really helps a lot, okay? So what I would recommend is work on these 3 things. Work on your, alternate picking, because that's going to help build up dexterity, strength, and it's going to build up, allow you to build up your speed, okay, for playing faster, okay? Especially like if you're doing solos and stuff, you almost need to do your alternate picking if you're going to play fast. If you're going to play fast stuff, you need to have the alternate picking down. It's very, very important for that, okay? Then practice in front of a mirror. Take a look at, just put a mirror there by your hand and look at it. Look at it from a, it gives you a different point of view of what you're doing. Sometimes you can see how you're holding your pick, or maybe the way you're putting your hand here. That stuff really helps a lot, okay? So work on that, and then practice your strumming. Practice those different strumming techniques, okay? Because that's going to allow you to get better with your picking as well and creating rhythms, okay? So, in conclusion, focus on your hand, focus on the way you're holding the pick, and focus on how you're approaching the guitar, because that really makes a big difference, okay? It's not always going to be easy, of course, and that always isn't, but if you keep trying, you keep moving forward 1 foot in front of the other, you'll get positive results very quickly, okay? So, once again, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you feel you got something out of this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell there for future notifications. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below, or if you have any other things that I might have missed in the discussion, some other ideas or something that really helped, or maybe something that helped you out with your picking, leave it in the comments below. Let me know. Really appreciate it, okay? And like always, visit my website at Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. Join my guitar club. I got a lot of great stuff there. Got some books of some training manuals that can really help you out with your playing. That I'm always kind of coming out with some new ones all the time. I'll leave some links below. You can check that out as well. And until we do our next lesson, keep practicing every day. Have some fun with it. And until our next lesson, you take care.